Okay, Tom Jensen here for a quick video tutorial on operation of the snowblower. This big old simplicity here. So in order to get this guy running, this key here has to be in place. So I always keep that in place. I don't move it. It stays in there. You put this on choke, all right? So that's just to get the thing started. And you pull the throttle all the way up down there. So that's the throttle. When you push the throttle all the way down, that's how you shut the thing down. To start it, I usually use the electric start to start it from cold because it's hard to pull start it. So what that means is we go over here and we get the cord. Yeah, so you got a cord here plugged into an electrical outlet here in the barn. And you come over here and you see this outlet thing right here. So you got to plug the thing in there like that. Okay. All right, make sure the fuel is on, which it is this thing up and down. Look at that. That's the fuel is on. No reason to really shut that off. The fuel goes in here. Regular fuel, no oil is needs to be mixed in with it. All right, and then everything else is just let loose here. And to start it, here's a little starter button down here. So you press this baby. Might take a little bit. Okay, just make sure your choke is all the way over to the right. All right, so you saw when it started, I moved the choke over to like the vertical position, not completely over to the left. Once you get plowing or blowing snow, you're going to turn it all the way over to the left. All right, so that's the basic starting. On the controls here, this guy on the right handle, this starts the auger. So that starts things spinning and throwing snow. Right, so you got two stages here. You got this this auger in the front here that grinds it up, and then inside there, that thing spins and shoots it out of the chute. All right. So that's what controls that. And when you have this depressed, okay, and then you press the guy on the left side here, I'll tell you about that. That's how you make the snowblower move forward or backwards. This guy on the right will stay depressed. So you don't have to hold both of them. Once you start the auger and then you press the drive control over here, this guy will stay down for you, and then when you let this guy up, you see the auger pops up there too. And then controlling the chute, this is where you shoot your snow. It's a little hard, you got to work it. It's good for the exercise. Sometimes if it won't move, you got to let up on turn the auger off, because the auger is placing a little stress on it, makes it hard to move, so you have to let this go and then turn this. And then this little lever here, you turn it either way really, and that lets you adjust the top of the chute for how far it tries to throw the snow, okay? So you pull this up and down to control that chute, see, pulling it up and down. And then when you're in a position you want, you turn it. Don't turn it too hard, but you lock it in place. And then the last piece is the control lever for the transmission. So you got two reverse speeds. I rarely use reverse 1. That's really slow. So we got reverse 2, first gear, second gear. Second gear I usually use if there's a lot of snow. I would say like 8 inches or more. Need that. Third gear if you're less than that and it's light snow, but you have to play it by ear. And fourth gear is kind of, I don't really use that unless I'm just cleaning up the driveway a little bit or going from one place to another. And then fifth gear doesn't work. It doesn't go down any further, so don't be surprised. That's because I probably messed up the adjustment when I redid the axles here. So those are the controls, all right? So that's a basic operation. You start it up, and then you use this guy to go forward. You know, I usually, third is a popular gear to get out of the barn. And then when you're ready to start throwing snow, you grab this guy, crank that down. That one's a little hard. You hold that, and then you can grab your drive control over here, and you can get that moving, and you're blowing snow. As I mentioned, once it warms up and you're going to start throwing snow, you're going to want to move this guy all the way to the unchoked position. But while it's warming up and kind of idling, getting warm, you leave it in the upright position here. So let's see. We'll start it up once more. Let's see if she starts up without a full choke. All right, so she doesn't want to start, so whoops, let's go over here. Move that all the way over to the right. Okay, I'm zooming in, but I didn't really mean to do that. Let me zoom back out. Zoom. Okay, hold on. Okay, so we're choked up. Now we're going to try it again. Oh, well, guess what? That was a good lesson. I have the throttle off. That was all the way down, so we move it up. Okay, good lesson there. I did that on purpose. All right. So again, this makes it go forward. If you're in a forward gear, put it in reverse gear, so go backwards. Alright? And that's basically all there is. And, you know, a couple safety things. Turn it off if you have to clean out the chute. Sometimes the chute gets clogged up in here with ice and snow and whatever. Don't stick your hands in there. Make sure you turn the unit off before you do that. I usually carry around this little pipe over here in the barn. This guy right here, I kind of carry that if I'm going to have a wet snow in it. But you don't ever want to stick your hands down there, okay? Yeah, that's about it. Good luck. Hopefully you don't have to use it. One other thing here, I'll just tip this guy up a little bit and let you know, this is a two-part auger. These operate independently, and each of them has a shear pin. So you can see this thing right here, there's a shear pin, and there's another one over here on this side. This is to keep the transmission from getting broken if you hit something that is going to put a lot of stress on the transmission. The shear pin will break, and these guys will spin freely. They won't suck up any snow. So if you see that you're just plowing snow, you probably got a shear pin that's broken and you have to replace the shear pin. And it's a little pain in the ass, but it's doable. I'll leave these on. Here's two shear pins right here. I'll leave them on the little bench here in the barn if you ever have to get doing that. Okay, goodbye.